Welcome back to episode 3 of The Pursuit of Par. I'll be honest, I don't know why I've called it Pursuit of Par, given that I haven't even broken 100 yet, and that's actually my short-term goal, but I guess eventually it'll be chasing down par. This week I went down to the range and tried to work on my 5-wood, so we're going to have a look at the footage of that. We're going to see how I did. I have come to some realizations thanks to watching it back and editing it, which we'll get into later, but I'm hoping I may have just unlocked something that will completely change my game. So, having hit a few balls, started to find a little bit of consistency. So let's break down what I think was one of my best swings of the day. Setting up is good spine angle, decent hip placement, head is in the right place, grip looks comfortable, I'm feeling good with the start of it. Then, as we bring it to the takeaway, pull it back, nice flat left wrist, head is still in a good spot, spine angle still looks decent. Yes, it's tough to tell because of the rotation and the camera placement, but I think it's still firm. The club face is a little bit closed at this point. I think this may be part of my compensating from earlier on and going out to the right. I'm already preempting having to close it up a little bit more. As we bring it up to the top of the backswing, club face is still obviously that little bit closed. Head has raised slightly, but most of my spine angle seems to be good. My hip placement is still in the right spot, but I think this is when it all comes unraveled. As I bring it down for impact, my spine angle just gets completely shot. My head has stayed relatively flat, ever so slightly high, but I have managed to get the club head perfectly straight and brushing along the floor, so I've definitely compensated for that weird spine angle somewhere. And if you look at my hips, they are facing way off out to the right hand side. This may well explain not just why my 5-wood has been going so off, but why all of my clubs and all of my swings have a tendency of heading out to the right hand side. Play it through at full speed, it does go nice and straight. I'll play that whole swing now at half speed. If anything, there's a nice little baby draw to that swing. After making this discovery, watching back in review, I also took some iron swings on the day just to end the session with a bit of variety. So got some footage of that too. And yeah, you can see here exactly the same. At the point of impact, my hips are still pointing wildly to the right. And sure enough, that shot of all shots also sliced way out to the right hand side. So going into next week, it was going to be some 5 hybrid practice, which I guess it still could be because my 5 hybrid also has a horrible tendency to slice out to the right hand side. But I think I should really refocus it, and actually we're going to be focusing on some drills that are more in the shape of getting some hip rotation going, because I think that's going to help every single one of my swings. So there you have it. I didn't think that was going to be the outcome of spending a range session on my 5-wood, but I do really think it's going to completely change my game. Having better hip rotation should improve all of my clubs and all of my swings. So first of all, that is justification for this entire series, in that I am finding ways to improve and areas to improve in my game that I would have never thought of or would have never seen without, 1, paying for lessons, which I don't currently have the funds to do, or 2, filming it like this and looking at myself back outside. So really glad to have done that, and hopefully with a week's practice or 2 weeks practice with that involved, really will change the course of my game, really will change the course of my swings. If you've seen things during that review that you don't agree with or that you think I've missed,
please share them in the comments below. I am by no means a professional at this. I am by no means really that knowledgeable about what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to figure out as I go along, watching YouTube videos on the side, comparing my swing versus some of the pro swings, and yeah, selectively taking on feedback from coaches that are giving generic feedback and trying to apply it to my personal game, which is definitely not something that I'm going to be perfect at. Many of you may have heard Tiger's quote around don't watch YouTube. Best way to improve at golf, don't watch YouTube. There's been a lot of other pros that have embellished on that a little bit and taken it to the next step, when ultimately it doesn't mean don't watch YouTube golf coaches full stop, but it does mean be selective in what you watch. You need to know where the flaws are in your game to find the right guidance and find the right coach to tweak that problem. This is where paying for individual lessons is infinitely more valuable, right? Because you're getting one-on-one coaching, you're getting direct tweaks to your game and your swing, which will actually give you impact. If you spend endless hours following endless YouTube coaches, changing every little piece, it might not be what is right for you personally. So what I've tried to do here is looking at my swing individually, finding flaws I specifically want fixed, then gone and found YouTube coaches that will specifically give me drills to fix that small issue. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more research on that, and come next week's video, I will give credit to the coaches I end up using when I've decided on who that's going to be, whether or not those drills actually work for my swing or not. Maybe this isn't a hip rotation thing at all, and actually I'm going to get worse with these couple of weeks of practice, but who knows? That's the journey we're here to find out. Thanks for sticking around if you have made it this far. That was a bit of a rambly end to the video, but ultimately, again, as always, I want this to be a conversation. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to help you guys learn through following my journey and through following my learning process. So if there's anything you'd like to ask, anything you'd like to see, please drop it in the comments down below. Do the whole like, subscribe, and all that jazz if you have enjoyed it and you have made it all the way here. But ultimately, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time.